Well, my report this week about the Orange is going to be twofold, folks. First, I'm going to talk about the football team. They had a pretty unique opponent who's been able to hold their own against ACC opponents this year, Wake Forest. Thing is, in the first few plays of the game, the one who was responsible for about 40-45% of their offense gets knocked out of the game with a shoulder injury. After that, Wake Forest's offense kind of went into hibernation, even though they had a couple of their receivers try to pick up the slack, but it was to no avail. Of course, we got Dyshawn Davis and Marquis Sproul back doing what they do best, terrorizing offenses. And I will say, that first half was ugly. So ugly. As ugly as my brother's dog. But what the heck? The second half came and finally Syracuse showed a little life. Especially Jared West with that pretty reception that set up the first score. Terrell Hunt taking that quarterback option and going in for the first score. And then after that neat interception by Isaiah Johnson, that little trick that Shaper pulled from the bottom of the playbook. Oh, here it is. Oh, reverse pass on one. Ready, go. Throw that page out. Well, you know what? It worked perfectly. Jared West gets the option pitch, and then West throws to our great big freshman, big-time freshman, I should say, Bristly Esteem, who's as bristly as my beard when it grows out, which rarely does. But he threw a nice option touchdown pass to Esteem, and I think Bristly esteemed himself. Oh, how's that for a joke? Well, whatever. It was a tough, gritty game, but the Orange pull out a nice 13-0 victory against some Demon Deacons, who definitely were exorcists. But you know what? We exorcised our demons against Wake Forest, and now we head down to College Park to play our old friends who we haven't played in over 20 years. It's the only time we'll be playing as conference mates, 'cause they head to the Big Ten next year. Well, whatever. It's time to welcome back an old friend with the Orange. Of course, we'll be down there. The Terrapins of Maryland. And of course, it's our old friend who coaches the Terrapins, who's been able to beat us when he was coach of the Huskies. Well, whatever. That was a clutch victory for the Orange, especially if we want to go bowling. 'Cause I've seen a few of the predictions right now, and the thing is, Syracuse may be headed to the Military Bowl if things keep going. And the thing is, we might have our choice of opponents if we get there to Navy Marine Corps Memorial Stadium. We could either be playing Marshall, we could be playing East Carolina, or maybe Rice. 3 unique opponents, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's get the job done, and let's be bowl eligible, 'cause it isn't going to be easy. Maryland, but then the big one against Florida State, who many people say we don't have a snowball's chance in hell of winning, but this is why they play the game. And of course we close against Pittsburgh and Boston College. Well, whatever. We're 2 wins away. Let's become bowl eligible. And I'm also going to talk quickly about the basketball team. That was a pretty nice win they had in their first exhibition game against Holy Family, a Division II school from Philly. And I mean, I really took a good look at our freshmen. Tyler Ennis definitely looks like he's worth all the hype. He definitely showed it with that nice roll-type basket he threw up there in the second half. Mr. Patterson, he's showing that he can hit from beyond the arc. He's still got to work out a few of the quirks, but he looks pretty good. Tyler Roberson and B.J. Johnson still look like they're going through the freshman motions, but I think they'll get it sorted out. And our transfer, Michael Benajay, he still has got to get that little perfection down on his arc, But if he does, he's going to be deadly from beyond the arc. And of course, C.J. Fair looked like the leader he's going to be. And also, Trevor Cooney looks like he's improved a little bit. So does Raheem Christmas. All in all, a nice little victory. And of course, tonight we play Rynerson, that college from Toronto. And Friday, our friends from Ithaca come calling for the first game that really counts, the Big Red of Cornell. You know, tonight is another night to work out the kinks. But this Orange team looks like it's going to do some pretty good damage there in the ACC. Let's hope it happens. But speaking of damage, what do you think about them Buffalo Bills? Boy, they outgained an unbeaten team by a margin of 2-1 in yardage, especially on the ground. And yet we still lose. Hey, when he threw that nice touchdown pass to Marquise Goodwin, I was thinking, does everybody know what time it is? Tool time. But then he showed why he's a rookie. And the thing is, I just wonder what it is with Buffalo when we get down in goal-to-go situations. Do we lose our focus? Do we suddenly turn into wimps? We can't punch it in the end zone. You know, if I were the coach, this is what I'd do. Put in 3 tight ends, a fullback, and I'd punch it in the damn end zone. Why can't Buffalo do that? And then on that third down play, lining up those receivers for a play-action pass. Toole doesn't see Johnson break wide open in the end zone. Who does he throw it? Right to a Chiefs defender, who returns it 100 yards for the touchdown that turns the momentum in the Chiefs' favor. Well, you know, these are the Buffalo Bills. We might be getting close, but yet it still seems we snatched defeat from the jaws of victory. You know what? I'm sick and tired of this. All Bills fans have been sick and tired of this for about 13, 14 years. Get the job done, guys. Get it together. Marone, you seem to have us pointed in the right direction, but let's winnow out some of these Neanderthals. And speaking of Neanderthals, how about that whole thing with Richie Incognito? Of course, last week, when Jonathan Martin, who's one of the young Dolphins, said he left the team because of bullying, I was doing this. But now, after seeing what's happened the last few days, now I understand why. You know, when he came to the Bills for the brief time several years ago after he got released by the Rams, I thought Richie Incognito was just the player the Bills needed. Because, you know, he reminded me of Conrad Dobler, a good player who kind of rebelled in his troublemaking. Everybody remembered what Conrad Dobler did. He used to step on players when they were down. He used to spit on players. He caused mayhem. He reveled in it. And when he retired, he made a hilarious commercial for Miller Lite, spoofing what he was known for. But now we see Richie Incognito definitely is one who, if he changes areas, he shows he's a leopard who doesn't change his spots. Thing is, he used strong-arm bully tactics against Martin, and of course, emails and text messages have come out showing that he spews racist vitriol and a lot of profanity, not only at Martin but probably others. Some of what he used against Martin is criminal. It could almost be a hate crime, or it could be extortion, or it could be embezzlement. You know what, Incognito, not only did you screw yourself, not only did you screw your career, you're definitely going to lose your freedom. That's what I think. And in your rants there to the press, especially those emails, it shows you got nothing up here. He says, save your breathe. I think the expression is save your breath. Because you know what? After this, you better go incognito. A lot of African Americans are going to be gunning for you, you racist you-know-what. Well, let me just tell you this, Incognito, you are one dumb son of a bitch. And I'm going to send out some get well messages to both Coach Spox and to Coach Kubiak. Coach Spox is probably out for the rest of the year with that heart condition of which he had surgery. And of course, Coach Kubiak there for the Texans, collapsing there right at halftime. And come to find out, he suffered a mini stroke. These are two good men, two good coaches. Let's hope they can get back to the sidelines and get a speedy recovery. And also, don't forget to vote today. I'm Ken Haas. That's my story for this week, and I'm sticking to it.